utility.
Now, we've talked a lot about trade, we've talked a lot about industry, we've talked about agriculture and trade and logistics right across the world. Now, what holds all this together? Well, truth be said, that is the banking industry, financing, giving advice, of course, advisory services, consulting, being the lifeblood of industry. And to drive that conversation forward, I have with me in studio Florence Wanja. She is the head of business and commercial banking at Stanbic Bank Kenya. Karibu sana.
Asante, Peter.
Nice to see you here. The banking industry as a whole has been putting out its results over the past 1 month, reporting quite a bit. And when Stanbic reported, there is a significant focus on essentially trade. And this, of course, is trade across the region, with the Intra-Africa trade now being a point of focus for many banks. We've seen them foray out there into the region. Talk to us about what exactly Stanbic is doing in this case.
Thank you, Peter, and it's a pleasure to be here. Mm-hmm. I think for us, we do acknowledge that the country is a net importer. Mm-hmm. And because of that, if the country and the economy is to continue to grow, yes, we need to have financial institutions supporting most of the people who run businesses in this economy to be able to, trade effectively. Yes. Now, when we look at trade from a banking perspective, we look at it from different elements. One, there's an element of financing. Mm-hmm. So the bank needs to be able to give you the right instrument to be able to enable trade. The second one is around risk management. Yes. Again, you find if you're importing, you need to be able to identify the right supplier. You also need to be able to send the money to that supplier. Mm-hmm. So at the point at which you're sending money and you haven't received your consignment, there's risk that you run. Mm-hmm. So as a bank, we try to support clients to enable them to mitigate that risk, yes, so that you don't lose your money and you haven't received your product. Mm-hmm. Now, the other piece also that we are...
So just to interrupt you, and so that is where the, is it the credit guarantee or letters of credit or the sort of, what are the different instruments? Because people actually do have these challenges, understanding what instrument works for them at that juncture.
Yeah, so there are different instruments. I think at Stanbic Bank, one what we do, and even as I share some of the instruments, yes, I wouldn't want a customer to come and say, I want a letter of credit. So what we do is we engage our clients quite closely to understand their requirements. So our model is around establishing the right solution for our clients. So I'll not come and say, I'm selling a letter of credit or guarantee or bill of realization, because each client has a specific need, and the trade instruments are usually tailored to suit the client needs. So typically, from an importation point of view, you find there are different instruments that are used. Open account is where you have a very well-established relationship. The other party doesn't see risk in you, neither do you see the risk of you being given maybe substandard equipment or goods, and on the other side, the supplier doesn't see the risk of having to, the payment risk. So in that case, you could use open terms. Letters of credit is where you want to actually be assured of the quality of the goods, but also on the other side, the supplier wants to be assured of payment. So they'll come and get a bank to issue an instrument that guarantees payment, but on the other hand, you're also assured that the quality of the goods you'll be paying for meets the standards that you're looking for. There are other instruments also that speak to, clients who are in the service sector as well. Bill of realization is another trade instrument. But ultimately, all these instruments, what they do is they enable the transfer of value for the goods that you're buying, and they also help the two parties, the importer and the exporter, to also be able to mitigate the risks that are there. Now, as a bank, we also see a big opportunity in terms of enabling importation. So we facilitate importation, but we also see an opportunity on the export side.
Even as it grows.
Exactly. So the balance of trade is very wide. So we are a net importer, but there's huge opportunity for us to grow on the export side. So Stanbic Bank is a leading bank in terms of key exports, tea being one of them, horticulture being another. And the interesting thing is that when we talk about trade, it's not just the trade instruments. When we fund a tea producer to be able to grow tea so that they're able to export that tea, that's enabling trade. So we do have key sectors where we see huge potential for exports, and we are working very closely with these customers to even open markets for them. So again, as a bank, what we are looking for is not just to come in as a bank. We say we want to partner with our clients for growth. And one element that we focus on very, very keenly is actually giving customers access to information.
Yes.
So where are those opportunities for you to export? Where are those opportunities for you to actually, open new markets? So again, we work with our customers to open markets for our customers.
I want to get deeper into that, and it's a good thing that you say open up new markets.
Yes.
So this element of hand-holding to get into those markets, what sort of things can, especially the SMEs, because most people have not had a chance to trade across borders. They might not be aware of the instruments that we've just talked about. They might not even know that these opportunities are there out there, but they have a product. It maybe had success locally and they're looking to expand. What sort of shape can that take?
Okay, so again, it's very tailored to
Yes.
suit a client need. And again, it's also tailored to suit a market.
Yes.
I'll give a few examples. So recently we've had organized actually a trade mission for some of our customers who are in the avocado business, who are growing avocados, who are producing tea and coffee. And we actually took them for, a market sounding mission to China, spent about 2 weeks there. And when we do this, it's actually to give them an opportunity to meet up with potential buyers. So actually taking them to people who are looking for that particular produce, and also helping them as well to be export ready. Again, remember, particularly for agricultural products, there's a lot of requirements that our customers need to meet.
Phytosanitary and others.
Exactly. So we also help them with that process. We also have been working very closely as well with our customers by giving them platforms. Again, in this day and age, there's different ways to actually enable trade. And what we have a platform we call Trade Club. This Trade Club is a platform that enables people who are looking to export and also people who are looking to import. So we create a marketplace, a digital marketplace where you go, you register what you're looking to sell, and if somebody is looking to buy, say, coffee or tea, they're able to go to Trade Club and be able to actually see what you have put in there as the quantities, the qualities, and after they've made that connection, then they're able to sort of engage, outside to sort of see whether you can actually...
Is this open to anybody, or is it just for your customers? Because there maybe someone is sitting at home right now and saying, I see an opportunity. So would they be able to just log on somewhere and see this, or do they have to walk into one of your branches and speak to somebody? What's the procedure?
Yeah. So I would say yes and no. It's open to everybody because everybody has an opportunity to be a customer of Stanbic. But because of what I mentioned earlier around the part where we help customers to manage risk, it's also important that we know who is actually registering and who is registering their product. Because when we endorse that customer, it means we're also giving you an assurance of the quality of produce that you will actually, be buying. So it's important for us to know you, to know your the quantities you produce, the quality you produce, that you're meeting certain requirements, so that we can assure the buyer on the other side of, a good quality product and also consistency in terms of what they'd actually be looking at. Currently, we have about 800 different customers who are registered on Trade Club. These are, customers in Kenya, in Uganda, Tanzania, in Nigeria, and then of course it's open to our customers as well. So our customers can be able to access that platform to see who is selling avocados, who is selling tea, who is selling coffee, or any other produce that may be produced, depending on the country of origin.
I want you to talk about the global perspective, especially the parent company, and the relationship with the Industrial and Commercial Bank of China, and the advantage that then this creates for a person trading across the world. We have challenges with trading in currencies, in dollars, that sort of thing, the exchange rates. So what advantage, what comparative advantage will a person who's trading and settling using the facilities that Stanbic offers have over someone else in a different organization?
Okay, great. So for Standard Bank, we are 20% owned by ICBC. ICBC is the largest bank in the world. ICBC has 10 million corporate customers. It has 720 individual customers. So that's our partner. Now, the advantage we have over other baby players is that because of the ICBC connection, we are very strong in terms of the linkage to China. And we must admit that China is a big trading bloc for Kenya. So because of that connection, we do have access, and we are able to sort of give our customers access to different currencies of trading. So other than the normal, the commonly used currencies, you are then able to also trade in the Chinese currency as well. So that's one advantage that we have. I think the other thing also we are seeing is what opportunity does having a partner like ICBC present to our customers in Africa? And one of the things we're looking to do is actually to create a marketplace where we're able to connect our customers within Africa to the customers of ICBC. So you can imagine that pool of 10 million corporate customers. It creates a big opportunity for customers who are either looking to import or customers who are looking to export. So we are looking at how we can create an e-mall that creates a marketplace so that we are able then to actually connect the two countries. Now, the other thing also we do, just to enable and facilitate our customers to trade with China, we have agencies that we use to help you to source the right produce, the right supplier. They're able to also communicate. Remember, communication or the language is a big barrier as well. So we have a partner called Guamao that enables our customers to be able to source for the right input or quality of goods that they want. And on the back of that, because we are then assured of the quality that you're getting, it also makes it easier for us when it comes to financing. We're able to, give you much more competitive financing terms because we are sure that you're not going to be buying substandard goods that you may have a challenge to sell when you bring the goods here. In
30 seconds, because we're out of time, I want you to talk about intra-Africa trade and the opportunity that then presents for your customers currently, and the fact that trading, settling, communicating, transport and logistics across Africa has been really difficult in the past. So I guess going back to COVID, COVID has created a big opportunity for intra-Africa trade. I think when we saw the disruption in the logistics, and just trade generally, we saw a huge opportunity. So when you look at East Africa particularly, the value of trade that is actually going across Africa is $5.4 billion. Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, huge opportunity. And this huge opportunity also means a huge market for actually businesses across East Africa to trade with each other. So we, again, are trying to ensure that we make that connection, give customers access to that African market. But more importantly is how do we make that trade seamless? Again, we've come up with innovative solution. We have a solution that enables you to be able to, settle your trades on a real-time basis. That's borderless banking. That enables you to be able to buy and sell and get your settlement instantly, and that solution is actually free of charge. So we, again, given that Stanbic is the largest bank in Africa, we are also looking at how we can enable customers not only just to, to trade across the region, East region, but the African region as a block. So huge opportunity not only for the bank, but more importantly for the customers that we serve. Okay. Indeed, thank you very much, Florence, for your time. Florence Wanja, the head of business and commercial banking at Stanbic Bank, of course, part of the largest Standard Bank and 20% owned by the Industrial and Commercial Bank of China, the big gorilla in the room, the largest bank in the world there with 10 million corporate customers and 720 million individual customers. Quite a large number there. She is also a trade evangelist, by the way. Well, that brings it to a close for this section of the show. Of course, on the other side of the break, we still have our conversation around just exactly how the week has been in terms of the big stories. Do make time for that. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes.